I tested Arkveld for 4 hours and let me tell you, I live in hell. We got a lot to talk about Arkveld, and he may very well be the worst monster hunter monster I have ever fought. Granted, I don't mean it in the sense that it is gonna be that annoying in full release, but this is the thing. You can see from the items he drops that we are fighting a late game alt version of Arkveld. We're getting like, I don't know, Arkveld scale plus. So this is not the baseline Arkveld you would fight, but we are wearing freaking starter zone gear. We're wearing the Hope set, which is the literal set that you're supposed to wear when the game comes out. I tried mixing and matching sets. I tried the Valhalla set in the vain hope that maybe if I could get a couple more mountain attacks I would kill him faster. Here's the thing, okay? Arkveld is so overtuned that people are not struggling surviving, which is of course a problem, while most people are struggling just getting to kill him in 20 minutes. And I can give you the perfect example right here. This is Kirin Danshaku, okay? This is like one of the best speedrunners in the game. Like back in Worlds, he had a lot of insect glaives, world records, right? We're talking like a perfect player here, doing the perfect combo, the way I taught you in my insect glaive guide. He's just chaining the finisher and getting the extracts and chaining the finisher over and over and over, like the almost optimal damage output you can possibly have. And this guy killed Arkveld in 11 minutes. So, 0 knockdowns, I think he got hit twice in the entire run. Like, almost no time wasted dodging attacks. Like you can see, he has a perfect uptime. This is a speedrunner of the game, right? And this guy could only kill it in 11 minutes. And I assume this is after quite a few tries. Arkveld is overtuned as hell in the beta. That doesn't mean it's gonna be overtuned in the full game, but it is overtuned as hell for the gear that we have in the beta. I only killed him once on the second try. I don't even know how I did it. I just got like super lucky with wounds or something. As a matter of fact, I wanted to get like some footage of me killing him, so I got in like a couple online lobbies. I had a hard time just getting inside a lobby that wouldn't fail as soon as I loaded in, because like in the time that it took me to load in, 5 people would die. It was pretty funny. However, for the boss itself, there is quite a few things we gotta talk about here, a couple of the mechanics. First of all, he's gonna do the chain attacks. That's the main thing he has. He has 3 chains, they all have a life of their own, and he will telegraph a little red line on the ground sometimes. Not all of the time, sometimes, that will tell you where the chains are gonna go. That is kind of annoying. I wish it was all of the time. Hopefully that's something they do change. You cannot be behind them because he's gonna hit you with his tail. As a matter of fact, the one time I killed him, I broke his tail, and I think that's the reason I killed him, because he couldn't hit me from the back. That's a little pro tip right there. Wanna break that tail, if you're doing a mountain attack, break that tail. Medina always chasing that tail. But since he does like 70% of your HP with every attack, actually I'm kidding. I saw him one-shot me several times. You can see like he did 100 to 0 my HP several times. You can see right there, I'm not making it up. So that's the problem, that why you have like so little time, because you gotta play like extra cautious or you're gonna get carted 5 times, you know, like, and getting carted is a waste of time. It doesn't help the fact that when you get carted, sometimes he runs like to the top of the mountain all the way in Africa, so like that's a clean minute that you're wasting just running to him. And his arena, his little nest on the top of the mountains, really awful place to fight him, by the way. There is no place to dodge. It is like a very closed area, and he takes a lot of space when he does the chain attacks. You get a lot of muscle memory from Monster Hunter that when a monster is gonna do an attack, you charge, you roll inwards to him to dodge the arm, you know, to get under him. It doesn't work. Never get under Arkveld. He's just gonna hit you anyway. Also, he doesn't hit you with 1 chain, he hits you with 2. So if you think you dodged it, think again, okay? Like he's gonna do a slash and then he's gonna drop a second chain right next to that first chain. So that means if you roll and you barely get out with a roll, you gotta roll twice. There is like a, I don't know, half a second gap between the 2 chain attacks. Arkveld can get on 3 different turf wars during the course of the fight. He can get in a turf war with Doshaguma, which doesn't achieve anything. He's gonna like almost one-shot Doshaguma. He's gonna get in a fight with Valharas, same thing. He very rarely gets in fights with Valharas, only at the very end of the fight where he gets to the desert. He got like a little pre-planned path in the beta. I assume during the proper game he's gonna like behave a lot more randomly than that. And of course he's gonna do a Turf War with Ray Dao, where he's gonna take some damage from Ray Dao. And this is the important part. If you whack him really hard when he's doing a Turf War with Ray Dao, you can make Ray Dao win that fight. You can make him get knocked down by Ray Dao. And that is huge, because the only way you're gonna kill him is that you can knock him down several times to get perfect uptime. It is the only way. He has two phases. One phase when he's just chill and normal, and one phase when he's red on fire and very angry. And when he's red on fire and very angry, he will do everything faster. He will also gain a new type of attack where he will rise up in the air a little bit, and then he's gonna like do a loop-the-loop and spin, and that will do like a huge explosion that looks kinda cool. The sound design of this game is amazing, by the way. But what you gotta remember is the only way you can survive that attack is just to run towards him. That's the one part where your muscle memory will be right. When he gets up in the air, the best thing you can do is just run as fast as you can and get behind them. Also, another advice I can give you if you are playing melee, because I tried using a bowgun, and you can just sit on your sacred and shoot him down and do nothing. You're gonna kill him that way. Bowgun, whatever you wanna do. You just stand on your sacred and shoot him over and over. You can kill him in 20 minutes. I mean, that's cheating, but you can do that. However, you should be willing to either mount on your sacred or sprint. You should be willing to sheath your weapon and just sprint out. When he gets red and angry and he starts getting up in the air and doing the chain attacks, there is no shame in sheathing your weapon and just running out of all the attacks instead of dodging. You're gonna lose some uptime, but it will make it a lot easier. You just do like a literal circle around him when you're running. You can outrun all of his attacks as long as you keep running. As far as I could tell, I tried multiplayer, I tried different guns, I fought them like, I don't know, I spent 5 hours on it. I do not think the chains are breakable. I'm pretty sure the tendrils are not breakable. The tail is, however. If you can stand on the back leg of Arkveld and you just whack that tail over and over and over again, it's gonna come off at some point. He doesn't have a lot of armor, and that once again proves that it's gonna be kind of easy in the full game release. He has very low armor, except when you are hitting him in the head. Sometimes he takes 1 damage, literally 1 damage when you hit him on the head. So like the horns are like the only high armor part of the body. Once again, you shouldn't worry about that. You should hit him on the tail until that tail comes clean off. And you might think, okay, well, the tail is like not the best way to do damage. You want to hit him on like the front so you do more damage. Yes! But if you snap the tail off and you can safely be on the back, you gotta dodge a lot less attacks. And that means, yes, that you are gonna have more uptime and thus more damage. Now for the tail attack, he's gonna lift the tail a little bit and then he's gonna slap it down. The problem with that is that he will feint it. Okay, this monster has like several feint animations. That means he pretends to start an attack and then he does something else. Super annoying. And also sometimes it looks like he's not aiming at you and then he does. Well, when the attack, like he will like spin in the air instantly when he's charging an attack. So you never stop moving. The worst place you can be against Arkveld is kind of away of his range. You want to be either on point blank range of him, where he can do like a little wing sweep, that's the only attack, or the tail that can hit you, or you want to be the way away from him. You never want to be like in this middle dead zone area where he can hit you with the tendrils. The tendrils are the only attack that can one-shot you, by the way. So like if you get hit by a wing sweep, it sucks, you take a lot of damage, but you are gonna live. If you get hit by the tendrils, you die. This problem is exacerbated in the beta because we have no access to infinite mega potions. You can make them if you go get up honey and make them yourself. It takes, you could do that. He will do like 70% of your HP in one attack and you need like 5 potions to heal that off. You know what I mean? So it is a huge problem. Also the quest forces you to fight him in the storm, and that means there is very few vigor wasps and there is no life lily, whatever the healing plants. So that sucks. You have very little recourse. Also keep in mind when he does the wing sweep on the ground, the short attack, you can either get right in front of him or you can get behind him. You cannot go under the wing. there is gonna be 4 environmental traps that you can use in this fight. He's gonna run through 2 separate trees with vines, so you gotta keep a look for that. Even if you drop the vine with your slinger and it doesn't go on top of him, you can bait him to run into it. There is also a boulder on the very start of the mountains. He's gonna fight Raydau in that very spot, by the way, so if you can drop him a boulder, he's gonna get knocked down, you do your entire damage on him, then Raydau shows up and you whack him again. Make sure when he's fighting Raydau, he's not gonna attack you. He is not gonna hurt you. Just whack him as hard as you can, because if you meet a certain amount of damage to him when he's fighting Raydau is gonna knock him down again. He can win that fight if you help him. After that, he's gonna go to his nest, and there is a little ledge over the nest. If you drop down, you can bait him into running there. But if he gets on that little ledge, he's gonna fall down, and he's gonna take a lot of damage. That's also another trap you can do, like a boulder. I don't even know what it's called. He just falls down a cliff, and then you can whack him again. If you do not kill him then, which like the only time I killed him in that spot, he's gonna go all the way down to the desert, and he's gonna be next to a Valahara. Sometimes he tries to fight the Valahara, sometimes he doesn't. I got no idea what's the logic on that, how it works. However, the pillar on top of him is not, I think it's not destructible anymore. You used to be able to destroy it in the previous beta. I'm not sure about that. So that should have been another trap you could use. Sadly, that's not it. But even with 4 perfect knockdowns in a row, you're gonna have a hard time on some weapons just getting enough damage to kill him. And that's the crazy part about this fight in the beta. Now, the problem with online mode, because most bosses, every boss gets easier on online, not Arkveld. Arkveld gets harder on online mode, because when you're fighting for 20 minutes and you need those 20 minutes, you feel like, okay, 5 knockdowns, that's a lot of knockdowns. Yeah, but when you've got 4 people and you're fighting him for 20 minutes, that's gonna happen. So you don't have 20 minutes, you had 16 minutes on that guy. Also, given the nature of his attacks, where they are very area of damage, like he can do a lot of damage around him constantly, you have a very hard time even with people distracting him. It's not like any other boss where like it focuses one person and everybody can freely attack the boss from behind. Arkveld doesn't work with that logic very well. The only upside you get is that you get a couple more mounting attacks, you know, like the more people, the more you can do that, and you can knock him down a little bit more often with that. That's the only advantage you get for taking more people. I haven't gotten a single online lobby that could kill Arkveld. As a matter of fact, almost every lobby I joined, within like 2 minutes of me joining, the quest would fail from one reason or the other. So yeah, people are having a very hard time with him. Sure, it is not just you. They intentionally overtuned Arkveld, you know, to like squeeze out the gameplay in the beta to give you like more time to play in the beta. But overall, if you want to attempt Arkveld, what you gotta remember is he will hit you with 2 chains, not 1. So if you think you barely dodge one of the chains, dodge again, because he's gonna hit you with another one half a second later. The wing sweep, you cannot get under the wing to dodge it. You gotta get either not right behind him. If you stay directly behind him, he's gonna whack you with the tail. It's very fast, it is almost impossible to react to. You wanna be on the foreleg, slightly diagonally of his behind. That's the best way to stand. And you wanna focus the tail, because if the tail breaks, he cannot do the tail attack anymore. And if he cannot do the tail attack anymore, you just whack him for free behind. And that's the only thing that got him to kill him. But what is your experience? Did you actually get to kill him? Do you think Insect Glaive sucks and I gotta change a new weapon? I gotta get a great sword or something? I don't know, man. I just wanna look cool on my Insect Glaive. Why you hating, man? Subscribe, join the Discord, and thank you for watching.